If you're like me and you've never loved the time change with the beginning and the end of daylight saving times, then this video is for you. So here's my #1 tip for helping yourself and your kids adjust your sleep with the 1 hour time change coming up. And you're gonna start today, a week before the actual time change. I run this Easy Peasy channel to help kids gain skills to be independent and help parents stay sane. So if you like what you hear, don't forget to subscribe. So there's basically 2 ways of doing it. It's gonna take their little bodies about 2 weeks to adjust to this hour time change. And so we have the option of starting that a little bit now for this week, pushing it a half an hour in hopes that your kids will gradually start sleeping in a little bit this week. So it's taking the 2 weeks that we have and doing half of it before the time change and half of it after Sunday, after the time change, instead of trying to switch a whole hour starting on Sunday. So the half an hour before I have found very helpful. So start tonight with putting your kids to bed a half an hour later. And then by the end of this week, they will be sleeping in a little bit. And then on Sunday, the transition will mean that everybody will be up a half an hour early instead of an hour early next week. That is the hope. And it has worked for me for many years. So I have twin 1-year-olds that share a room, and then my 3 older kids who are 2, 4, and 6 share a room. And so whoever's awake in the morning, the first one awake usually means all 3 are awake because they share a room. And so really working on trying to get them to start sleeping in now so that we aren't up a whole hour early next week is very helpful for us. So every kid in ages are different. So you'll have to look at your individual kids. My 4 and my 6-year-olds have no problem staying up a half an hour late. They're happy to do it. Then we have the 2-year-olds and the 2-year-old and the twin 1-year-olds that it's a little harder for because they are ready for bed and they are grouchy and they want to be held. So whatever works for you, realize that may mean, okay, that last half hour I need to plan on sitting on the floor and holding them or playing with them or having more story time, but anticipate that. And then of course, we want to try and switch everything in the day a half an hour later that we can. So that depends on obviously your work schedules, school schedules. You can't push everything back a half an hour, but if you are home with them and you can do meals, snacks, naps, any of those type things you can push back a half an hour will be very helpful because they will start to go ahead and adjust. And then come Sunday, you only have a half an hour left to adjust, which is easier than the full hour all at once. If you like this video, please like, subscribe, that helps me a lot, and comment and let me know any other topics you'd like me to cover. And let me know any tips that you have for helping kids adjust to the time change. Good luck with the time change.